Satnam and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. We are going to go over the astrology of the week, and we are covering from Monday, June 23rd through Sunday, June 29th. Now we're on the other side of the solstice. So happy summer solstice, happy summer season for those of you that didn't get to join us in the Starseed membership or celebrate that with us this weekend. So there is a lot of powerful astrological transits that have been happening leading up to the solstice, on the solstice. And now we're going to look at what is the week, this week going to bring us. So before we dive in, let me say hi to everybody that's here. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Diane. Welcome in. Hello, Lori. Hello, Jill. Hello, Shelly. Hello, Linda. Welcome. So excited to be here. Diane, I know what happened, and that was an accident. And so you were just, I don't know what happened, but it was accidentally timed out. So anyways, you'll be able to chat in a little bit. Have no idea what happened there. But okay. So just wanted to let you know, I see you, and I can't quite deal with it at the moment, but I will check into that. Anyways, I'm excited to see you guys all here, and would like to welcome in all the new subscribers. If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. And also download my free moon astrology guide, which will tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. It also enters you into my email list, and I send out a weekly moon magic report that people absolutely love to get in their inbox. It is the way that you get basically the weekly astrology and focusing on what the moon is doing, but also looking into other transits. So that is exciting. Also, this weekend, we had our special Saturn in Aries workshop in the Starseed membership. If you missed it, the replay is now up. And so you do have to be a member of the Starseed membership to get access to these special workshops, but I usually do them as part of the membership, which is really awesome. And you get so much more as part of the membership as well. I put out daily insights when specific events are happening and the energy of the day. Also, when there's new and full moons, we do meditation, we do journaling prompt. We have monthly workshops, multiple of them. In the beginning of the month, we talk about the season that's coming up. So we just had our Cancer season workshop. We look at where is this happening in our chart. Hello, Raessa and Lori. And also we look into what is how the chart will be affecting you personally. And I actually look at everybody's chart individually that comes to the workshop. So that is super fun, and make sure to check that out. And also, if you haven't looked up Seasons and Stargates, your annual astrology guide, make sure that you check it out. It is now available for purchase, and you can buy it in the USA directly from the publisher. And then also, you can also get it on as an ebook. And this should be updated. But anyways, that is super fun. The book we use to guide us through the Starseed membership, and it is super awesome. So let's switch on over to the charts and dive into the astrology. Let's check the chat. I know there's a lot of you guys coming in. Hello. Yes. Rebecca says, so sorry. I think my daughter messed up with my phone. I was like, what? Yep, very excited to be here and to talk about the astrology of the week. Okay, Lori says waiting for mine to arrive. Awesome. So Anastasia is here as well. Oh, she says Starseed membership is worth every penny. I love that. Thanks for sharing that. And hello, Salty Mama, Soul Tribe. Welcome in. All right. So let's take a look at what we have going on for this week. The first thing is today, so we're June 23rd. We have the sun making a square to Neptune. At the same time, the moon is passing through Aldebaran and Orion, and we do focus a lot on the star seeds and stargates in the Starseed membership, but I'll mention them here. They bring in the sort of the galactic, the cosmic perspective of what's happening, and they end up helping us understand and guide our kind of our flow in a different way. I really love the magic that the starseed markings bring into it. So Sun square Neptune can feel confusing. It can feel like can't quite find clarity. And the best thing to do when you do have any squares to Neptune is to always kind of wait for the clarity to arrive. So it kind of feels like in the moment, it's going to be difficult to like see through the fog. But when you give yourself space, the clarity slowly comes. So there is an aspect of waiting for the clarity to arrive. And I'm sure there's a lot of confusion in the collective. These are the things that are happening in general. So there is also a really powerful aspect that's happening today. And it's been kind of becoming stronger in the last week or so, and today seems to be the strongest, is there is a yod that points at Pluto, and it's an exact yod. Pluto is at 3 degrees of Aquarius. Mars is at 3 degrees of Virgo, and we've got Jupiter at 3 degrees of Cancer. So the sextile between Jupiter and Mars are quincunxing Pluto. And yods are called fingers of God, and what they're essentially doing is they're pointing us in a specific direction. There is some aspect of a little bit feeling like a square that creates a bit of challenge, but because it's called the finger of God, it's a little bit more faded, and it's almost like the universe has a plan and you just have to like move with it. That's basically what that means. So right now, the resolution, the energy, the focus is pointing directly at Pluto, which is the planet of death, change, and transformation. It's also in Aquarius, and Aquarius has to do with the people. Aquarius has to do with humanity. Aquarius has to do with the collective. And we are, in a sense, honing on this aspect collectively right now. Mars is the god of war, and then Jupiter is the magnifier of everything. And so the activation here is the magnification of the message to remember and move forward from the heart space, and then also get organized about all the things that are important. So I feel that kind of Mars in Virgo feels like it's moving through me for sure. I am getting my office set up. I got, it's not completed yet, but I'm able to kind of temporarily set up at least the yoga stage. And I'm really excited about that because that means that I'll be able to record the meditations for the new and the full moons. I'll be able to do yoga classes again and even sound baths. So it's very exciting. So anyways, we have this finger of God holding us to the shifts in humanity. And that's why I think they're so strong right now. And it's so present and it's so kind of in our face that the collective is going through a huge transformation. And the moon illuminates this aspect of knowledge and wisdom and speaking our truth and sharing our voice. So then we get to the 24th, and this is when we see Mercury make a square to Chiron and the sun make a conjunction to Jupiter. So before we have a new moon in Cancer, we are going to see a Sun-Jupiter conjunction. And Sun-Jupiter days are very auspicious in nature. I often say that whenever there's a Sun-Jupiter day, it's a good day to initiate things. It's a good day to begin things, especially projects. This would be highlighting and magnifying the frequency of Cancer, which represents the moon, the sacred divine feminine, flowing, staying connected to what feels like home, like really grounding that into our lives. And at the same time, though, the moon is balsamic during this time, today and tomorrow. And that means that it's also a moment of reflection. So this initiation it's going to be really set in when we see the new moon in Cancer, which happens literally the next day, which also happens conjunct Jupiter. And that's why this new moon is going to be very auspicious for that reason, specifically. So we go to Wednesday and we see the new moon in Cancer, which is conjunct Jupiter. So again, he magnifies everything that he touches. And this new moon is happening on, trying to remember the exact jinky, but I'm going to pull it up right now. So I know it's happening at 4 degrees. Look up Cancer. So it's on the 52nd jinky. And the 52nd jinky talks about stillness. So there's an aspect of this moon that's bringing us into stillness and like quietude and focus. So it's a focused energy. But either way, very auspicious, very beautiful. It's like the nurturing that we're missing. We are going to plant some seeds to begin to grow that energy in our lives. And Jupiter in Cancer is also exalted. So this is all about feeling good, finding things that feel good, that make you comfortable. All right. So then we get to the 26th, and this is the day that Mercury is going to enter into the sign of Leo, which shifts the frequency of our mental energy, our mind, the way that we communicate, the way that we express ourselves. Leo is very vibrant. It's very alive. There's a light energy that wants to shine from this energy of Leo. And it's about loving yourself enough to feel okay being seen and being heard. There's like a powerful self-love to the energy of Leo. And then there's also a kind of a loud and a vibrant, like, here I am, you know, I'm proud of myself. So the communication goes from a water energy, which brings us into the emotions, to a fire energy, which activates passion. So passionate expression, creative expression through any means, really, but especially with communication, with what we say, with how we speak, with how we talk. So that is going to be a fun shift as well. And there is a sextile right before Mercury enters into Leo with Uranus, which can bring in new insights, new ideas, new insights. And because all this is happening like right around the same week, it's like the new moon is bringing a lot of like initiating and helping us fine tune what it is that we're actually setting an intention to create and to manifest. And then on this day, there is also a sextile from the sun to Mars. So that brings in motivation and drive. It enhances that energy, while Venus makes a sextile or a trine to the south node and sextile to the north node, calling us into purpose, like guiding us towards deeper alignment. So then we get to the 27th, and on this day we see a trine from Mercury to Saturn. So he just enters Leo and then makes this beautiful trine to Saturn, and then he's going to make a trine to Neptune the next day. And this is about aligning our sort of the initiating aspect that Saturn is bringing into our lives and focusing that energy into passion, drive, and action. So this is like really start like speaking the initiating aspect into life. Speak the manifestations into life. This could be new ideas that come in that are helping to find that alignment with your new path that Saturn is initiating us into. Then the next day we see the trine to Neptune, which is enhanced intuition. And then the next day, so Mercury is playing a really big role, but the next day, which is the last day that we're looking at, Mercury makes an opposition to Pluto. So it's kind of leading up to this kind of standoff with the energy of Pluto. So collectively, that can come out kind of intense, like facing fears, confronting shadows, speaking about them. Also at a shadow frequency itself can be kind of volatile, communication, maybe arguments. Things are coming up from deep within, underneath the surface, and they are essentially coming up to be seen. And so to review the energy, it is a big week because we have a new moon. So we start with this sort of, let me go back to the beginning. We start with a sort of foggy energy, but the ability to tap into Akashic information, higher knowing, as we continue moving forward. I actually missed one aspect, which was a square to Chiron. I didn't actually talk about it. I named it, but I didn't talk about it. So the week starts kind of in this foggy space, but we're able to tap into some clarity if we reach to our higher mind. And then it moves into bringing up what needs to be healed. And the healing that can happen is possible through expressing and communicating it. The sun conjuncts Jupiter, and then we have a beautiful new moon in Cancer. So auspiciousness, opportunities to initiate, to tune in and follow your intuition towards what you want to create. And the creativity comes out through our voice as Mercury enters into Leo, makes sextiles to Uranus, and Sun sextiles Mars. We get motivated and realigned with Venus, sextile the North Node in life, to be in the right direction, to be able to commit and to find the determination and the ambition to keep moving forward on our hero's journey. With a trine from Mercury to Neptune, our intuition remains heightened, and we reach this point of facing important and powerful realizations and fears, and finding the strength to actually communicate them and bring them into the space where they can be cleared up, where things can be, healed, talked about, hopefully from a loving space. So that is the energy that we are looking into this week. So let us, now that we know what's happening, remember, moon was a balsamic, we have a new moon, there's an initiation, it's a new story, it's a new beginning, and there's a lot of activity with Mercury, the mind, and communication. So let's see with the cards what our spirit guides, angels, and teachers want to share with us now. From the deep depths of the cosmic mind, I hear a whisper. This whisper calls us inwards towards our essence. A light begins to glimmer at the center of our heart. This is the light of unity, the all-knowing wisdom of the One. Through this door, we open the gates of the Akashic, the magical flower of life. We see our duality. We recognize our sacred trinity. We begin to witness infinite possibilities as we become the observer and the observed. A powerful and luminescent light engulfs our being, and we feel many dimensions all at once. We enter the Akashic records, protected and loved by all star beings that have accessed these portals before. The records are now open. May wisdom flow, may understanding descend, and may we be blessed with the light of love. All right. So let's see what cards want to come out. So we're going to ask for, what do we need to know? What is important for us to tune into this week? If you're still here, Diane, will you check if if you're able to comment in the chat again? I feel really bad about that. All right, so let's see. What is our jumping off point? Choose love. Welcome. Okay, here we go. 4 of Wands. So this card actually did come out reversed. So we're going to go with the reverse meaning as well. So the four of Wands, like the jumping off point, what I'm reading is it can seem like there's nothing to celebrate. Hey, Bernadine, but there's absolutely so much to celebrate. That's what this card is telling us. It can seem like there's nothing to celebrate, but there is a lot to celebrate. Let's see what the challenge is for us. Oops, that card fell. Okay, so the challenge, 6 of Swords. So we're being asked to move on. And Swords has a lot to do with the mind. Swords have a lot to do with mental patterns and belief systems. And so this is, in a sense, guiding us forward to leave behind those belief systems, patterns of thinking that no longer serve us. So in a way, it's like the only way is to move away from those, which means you have to choose to leave behind whatever it is that's going to stay if you have to move forward. So that is kind of a heavy energy for sure, can feel intense, but we have the sun at the bottom of the deck. And that means that there is an aspect of joy that also wants to come in and join us. So what is the overall theme for us this week? What is the overall theme for us this week? All right, we got the Ace of Wands. So there's something that we're initiating. This is definitely a rebirth. Also a message of don't be afraid of what's being birthed this week, but definitely a new frequency is coming in, and it has to do with passion and creativity because it is the Wands card, which is the element of fire. All right, wisdom from the ancestors. What do our ancestors want to tell us this week. Oops. Okay. So here we go. We get the Strength card and we get the Ace of Cups upright. There's a third card that came in, so I'll just throw it in here too. It is the Knight of Pentacles. So essentially, I think we have to really trust our intuition. This Ace of Cups to me speaks to this new moon energy. The Strength card is to find our grace under pressure. And the Knight of Pentacles says the stability is here if you look for it, if you feel it. You have to create it, and you'll feel stability when you find yourself expressing grace under the pressure. And it might be emotional pressure, it might be new feelings, new emotions that are showing up, maybe things you haven't felt before, but they're essentially telling us to stay strong during this time. Now let's pull an animal spirit card to see what animal wants to guide us for the week. Ooh, okay. We get the bison. Okay, this is good. So one story that I really love about bison is that they gather together when there's a storm coming, and they essentially guide us to weather the storms together. They huddle together and they walk straight into the... Okay, we're at page 39. They gather together and they walk right into the storm. And so what happens is that together they get through it faster. And it's strength, right? There's a lot of power there. So the bison, use your resources wisely and know that everything you need is already within reach. I felt that energy also with the Knight of Pentacles. Buffalo is strongly connected to spirit and is a reminder of the abundance and generosity always available. When it comes to manifestation of dreams, it is important to focus on the magic you wish to create rather than the obstacles holding you back. You will receive the support you need as long as you remain balanced in your desire for more, along with gratitude for the gifts that you already have. Buffalo is an ultimate symbol of using resources wisely. Everything you need is already within reach. You have the power to manifest anything you wish for, so make sure your desires are grounded in gratitude and watch as the universe supports you. Call on Buffalo when you are ready to use your gifts to help impact the world. You will always have everything you need in life when you honor all things as sacred. So it's about prayer. It's about sacredness. It's about recognizing what is important. It's about, finding strength. Again, it's kind of like the Strength card. It's a different kind of strength. It's strength that comes from being wise, but also working together and remembering to have gratitude for what we already have. Excuse me. So I love this message. Definitely is very important message for us to hear right now. So just to review, hello Jeanette, hello Sticks and Stones. We have things in life may not feel like it's a time to celebrate, but it is. You got to walk away from the thoughts and the belief systems that hold you back from feeling that sense of aliveness, because this week is really a week where new things can show up, new passion, new creativity, something is being birthed. We just have to be strong through the emotional realm and be welcoming to a new frequency, welcoming to a new way of finding stability. And in that strength, also reminding us, the bison reminding us to find gratitude and prayer and sacredness to the things that we have, and to make sure that our resources are gathered wisely. Because the buffalo is also like a sign of, I'm seeing right now this winter, like it's almost like there's a winter coming kind of a thing. So you have to be prepared to weather the storms. They will help us. He's here to help us to weather the storms. So beautiful message for us this week. I will close the records. From the deepest depths of our soul, we give gratitude and love, for we understand we are a fractal of that cosmic whole. As we give, so we get, open to all possibilities through all time and space. We walk through the Akashic portal back to our inner space, remembering that this wisdom lives within every cell of our being. Thank you, star beings, for holding this sacred space and for protecting us during this journey through time and space. The records are now closed. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for being here. Make sure to check out all the links in the description. Get your copy of Seasons and Stargates, your annual astrology guide for the entire year, and join us in the Starseed membership. We've been having so much fun. It's really getting a beautiful upgrade too. And there's some fun things that I am working up. Hey, Pia, that I'm working on, and that we'll be announcing in the coming weeks. There's a new school in the works for those of you that are wanting to learn a little bit more about yourself and really step into your full purpose. We're going to do something, I'll just say it. We're going to do something similar. What I'm planning is something similar to what I did last year at the beginning of the year, the Aquarian Business School. But there's going to be a difference to it, not focusing so much on business, but focusing more on like creative projects and how to kind of fine tune what it is that we're really here to do. Because one of the questions that I keep getting asked is what is it that I'm actually here to do? Like what kind of things? So and I always tell people, the astrology, the gene keys, the human design, it's not going to tell you exactly what, but it'll tell you how. So I want to teach a class where people learn how to use their human design, their gene keys, and even their astrology to find alignment. And there are specific gene keys and spheres and things like that you can work with to help you do that. So I'm excited, and I'll be kind of announcing that I'm still working through exactly what it's going to look like, but I have been feeling the call to do a class like this for a little while. So anyways, thank you guys again for being here, and I hope you have a beautiful week. I will see you tomorrow for the astrology of the Cancer new moon, and then I will see you on Wednesday for our new moon in Cancer ceremony here on the channel. All right, Sat Nam, and we'll see you all tomorrow.